8 yards. And frankly, I know it's only the Buccaneers, but the Packers now back at 3-3, and we're starting to see the Green Bay team that we thought would win the NFC Central. A lot of people did.
Yeah, certainly the Packers now playing to the level that we thought they would as they attack the free agency market. But one of the main reasons for that, the reemergence of Sterling Sharp as Brett Favre's favorite receiver. And when you watch all the things that he can do, I think the primary thing that he does, maybe better than anyone in the league, is after he makes the catch, he has the strength to go downfield, to drag people downfield. Has 20 catches in the last 2 games, 17 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And that's going to win you a lot of football games, Chris.
Well, that'll win a lot of games for sure, and the Packers look like they're back on their way. We shall see. You know who's back? Primetime. Not the show, but Deion Sanders. He's back for the Falcons, and guess what? Falcons are playing some good football. They went up against their arch rival Saints, and Deion wasn't there the first time they played. He's there the second time. Robin will tell you what happened. And later, hey, a superior game in the late afternoon on the shores of Lake Erie between the Browns and the Steelers. Stick around.
Hey, early again, huh, Frank?
You want is what you get at McDonald's today. And by Logo Athletic. Get real with authentic team apparel.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. Even though the Falcons and the Saints neither have come very close to getting in a Super Bowl, Rob, they have their own little Super Bowl when they meet all the time. They are rivals.
That they are. They don't like each other one bit. They're very similar, and it's kind of a reversal of fortune. And with the Saints coming off their first loss of the year and the Falcons coming off their first win, and the road team usually plays well in this series. Remember week 2, the Saints going up there to Atlanta. Bobby Hebert played well against his old mates in a loss, and Bobby Hebert was back at home in the Superdome. Saints hoping to beat up on the Falcons, though. In the first quarter, 3-0 Saints. Billy Joe Tolliver is leveled by James Williams and Vaughn Johnson. He goes out with a separated shoulder, and in comes the People's Choice. A chorus of boos for Bobby Hebert, but it's prime time. He strikes first. Prime time. Prime time. Prime time. Picking off Wade Wilson on the return there, TJ.
Yeah, you watch the whole package here from Deion. The great concentration on the ball. Got his eyes down on the sideline. Made sure he didn't go out of bounds. And if his teammates would just get out of the way,
get out of the way,
he'd get into the end zone.
He is so much fun to watch. Well, the fans asked for it. They got it. Hebert going back, finding Andre Rison in the end zone. A great loop pass, Troy Cook. 10-3 Falcons. Rison 7 touchdowns, TJ.
Yeah, here we watch Hebert and Rison work against the 2-deep zone to the outside. Rison with the great catch. We'll watch a replay at the end of this. Look at the tap of the feet in bounds. And this is what set it all up. Eric Pegram during the day, running the ball in between the tackles, setting up the play-action pass.
Can you believe this? The Saints have allowed a 100-yard rusher for the 4th consecutive time. A career day for Pegram. Jim Moore wondering what's wrong with the Saints. Lambeau trying to figure out what's finally right with the Falcons. Still in the second, 10-3 Falcons. Hebert again, this time to Michael Haynes. A 4th straight game, he's caught a touchdown in the dome, and Hebert says, how do you like me now? 13 of 16, 163 yards, and 2 touchdown tosses. And even when the Saints did do something right, TJ, Hebert was there to cover for the Falcons.
Yeah, Vaughn Johnson here on goal line defense does it just the way the coaches coach it. Helmet right on the football, right there, knocks it out. But Hebert for the Falcons picks it up.
Jerry Glanville, the man in black, sees his team win 2 in a row for the first time since '91. It's also the first time the Saints have lost 2 in a row since '91. 26-15 is the final. The Saints as a team just had 47 yards on 12 rushes overall. After opening with 5 victories, the Saints have now dropped 2 in a row, while the Falcons have won 2 in a row now that Primetime back. And Hebert explained his primetime-like move after his touchdown toss to Michael Haynes.
I'm normally not like that. People know all the years I've played, but, you know, you get around characters like, you know, Andre Rison and you know, Coach Glanville and the guys, and it just kind of comes naturally.
And a great win for him. The team asked me to give him the game ball. And then the team asked for 2 game balls. So one for him and one for Billy Joe for getting hurt. They said that really helped.
They're now 2-0 with Primetime back.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely on their way back. They look like a different team. They get a breath of fresh air, you know, late in the middle of the season. Often you can get that. The Bengals and the Oilers. Well, I'll tell you what. No matter how bad the Oilers' season has gone, and oh baby, it's been tough, they always have a silver lining because once a year, like Santa Claus, the Bengals are coming to town. But actually, to give Cincinnati credit, they were tough today. Though Warren Moon has thrown for 4,000 yards against them in his career. Drew Hill and Ernest Gibbons and Haywood Jefferson. Of course, Gary Wellman, the first guy you think of when you think of Warren Moon throwing the ball. Well, Wellman was busy in the first drive. Catches a couple. This one gets it down to the 16. And then Warren Moon goes to Wellman. Hey, who needs Drew Hill? Wellman. Touchdown, 7-0 Oilers. But the Bengals have a receiver, Tom.
Yeah, and a great receiver emerging for the Bengals. He scored 4 of their TDs this year, 4 of the 6 TDs that they have. And as you watch him work here with Jay Schrader, you see again the package of size and the strength where it takes more than one guy to get you down.
He caught 7 balls. And look at how slow but accurate Schrader's passes to Jeff Query. And Houston leads only 7-6. Actually, the Bengals lead it 12-7 late third. But minutes into the fourth, Jay Schrader, the fumble. The Oilers recover. They were deep another time. The fumble. The Oilers recover. Then Warren Moon. When he gets time, Tom.
He throws a nice ball, Chris.
Yep, and once he finds, it's not Gary Wellman, it's Haywood Jeffrey, and a touchdown. And I tell you, Warren Moon and the Oilers were sweating this one out for a while. The Bengals were game, but in the end, they were the Bengals, walking like Egyptians once again, and they remain winless. The Oilers beat them by the count of 28-17, 301-144. The Oilers outscored the Bengals the last 9 trips to Houston. What a big win for the... Well, it is a win.
It is a big win, yeah. Well, but when you talk about the Oilers and that silver lining, I think they talked a lot, inclusive of last week, of playing Seattle, Cincinnati twice, going up against New England. We're going to get back in things. My comment is, so what? I think none of those teams are going to be in the playoff, and neither are you if you aim your sights that low. Aim higher, guys. And for the Saints, I think we see now they are vulnerable in between the tackles, without Sam Mills, without Jim Wilkes. And that's going to be a problem that they're going to have to work out.
Yeah, they're also vulnerable when they play old friend Bobby Hebert. Had a couple of contract squabbles with the Saints, finally left. Oh, boy, when he has come back, remember he engineered that big comeback that almost got the Falcons a win in Week 2. He only played barely more than a quarter. He played close to 4 quarters today. So in 5 quarters against the Saints, Bobby is thrown for 5 TDs and 406 yards. 11 quarters against various other teams in the NFL this year. He's thrown 4 picks. He's thrown only 3 touchdowns, and he's thrown for barely more than he has against the Saints. When we return, the Jets and the Bills. Always a tough game, but in the end, usually Buffalo comes on top. Good day again.
It's big. Really big. Announcing the biggest sale in Nate Lyons' 59-year history. Over $16 million worth of appliances are on sale right now at Nate Lyons in Fall River. So come in today and save on the full line of GE washers, dryers, ranges, air conditioners, dishwashers, microwaves, and more.
Nate Lyons. Warehouse pricing. Nate Lyons.
Westwood Estates is a safe, affordable community adjacent to shopping, schools, medical, and senior facilities. You can fish, canoe, go camping, hiking, or just walk and enjoy nature. And at this time of the year, the colors are magnificent. All this plus access to over 100 acres of pristine, clean, open space. 7 models are open 7 days a week for your inspection at Westwood Estates. A fantastic lifestyle is affordable. Call 401-828-8700.
Bowl-bound bonanza. Wheatley and the Wolverines battle Wisconsin. Braves and the Orangemen take on West Virginia, and Arizona's defense tackles UCLA live on ESPN.
The Bills at the Jets, and oh, what a surprise! The Jets got the early lead. Boomer Esiason on 3rd and 10. Hits Terrence Mathis for the 12th of never for 12 yards. 3rd and 3. Boomer to Chris Burkett for 6, first down. 3rd and goal. Brad Baxter speeds out into the end zone. Touchdown, 7-0 the Jets. The Bills Well, the Jets, you see, they converted on the third down. Now, what do you do if you're the Bills? You give the ball to Thermal Thomas. Gets a block from Carwell Gardner from Louisville. Hits a touchdown. But the Jets, and more importantly, the ref, call holding. It's a field goal instead, 7-3. Jim Kelly to Thermal for 32 yards down to the 5-yard line. And then Kelly has his man, Tom.
Yeah, he goes here to Don Beebe, and you won't see this very often. Beebe dropping the ball. It looked like he almost thought he was trying to keep his feet in, had to keep running. All he had to do was stop, make the catch.
So instead of the touchdown, it's a field goal, 7-6. Buffalo moved the ball all day. They just couldn't score. Kelly, the Thermal. Look at the fancy footwork. He continues to be the best. A gain of 12. Buffalo threatens, but Kelly. Ball tipped at the line by Fraze. Brian Washington picks it off in the end zone. Returns it 30 yards. And again, the Bills are stymied. Somehow, Kelly and the Bills are trailing 7-6 in the third because they just don't score in the red zone. But Walt Corey's defense, big play players. For example, here's one of them, number 56, Darryl Talley. He makes the pick, and he could go all the way. 61-yard touchdown, 13-7.
Darryl Talley does a great job here of holding up the tight end, James Thornton, and he runs a better pattern than Thornton does. Gets the hands out step, makes a great catch.
Now watch Bruce Smith. Oh, line him up as a wide receiver. Marcus Patton with the hit, and look at the play by Bruce.
It's the athleticism of Bruce Smith. Look at him reach out, lay out the soft hands on the big man to make the interception.
And then it's Bruce Smith who knocks it out of Boomer's hands. Eventually, stumbling. Darryl Talley recovers. The Jets, well, they only led by 7. Bruce Smith and company shackled them after that first drive, and Buffalo up their mark to 5-1. They beat the New York Jets by the count of 19-10. The Bills outgained the Jets 413 to 237. Thermal had 184 yards in total offense. And Tommy, what we know here is that defense and also by Thurman Thomas. See what the Bills have. Big-time players still. It's not like the 3 straight Super Bowls, okay, guys are getting old. The big play players continue to come through.
Well, another outstanding day by Thurman Thomas is what keyed him offensively, although the Buffalo Bills did not get in the end zone via their offense. You think about the big plays, Bruce Smith, Darryl Talley coming to the forefront, and I hate to say this because I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but the way this team is playing right now, you're thinking that Buffalo, someone, Atlanta, January.
Yes, somebody is going to have to knock the Bills off.
Exactly right.
They continue to look the best in the AFC today. This is their first road game since early September, saving on the laundry bills than the per diem. When we return, San Francisco. Well, somebody says every year Buffalo versus San Francisco. Who would that be? The Niners at 3-3 needed to win. How do they do against the Cards? You watch.
Day up and down season for Jim Everett so far. Troubles in the first half. Here incomplete to Willie Anderson, and then Everett again tries to a third touch. Can't hang on to it. Everett in the first half, get a load of this. 2 of 19. 12 yards. 1 hit. And he will be yanked very early in the second half. In the fourth quarter, Lions leading 6-0. Rodney Peete goes deep to Aubrey Matthews with a 45-yard gain. That would set up this Barry Sanders camper. 13-0 Lions. And then T.J. Rubley now in at quarterback, his first NFL appearance. And he goes right to Ernie Jones. 13-7 Lions. The Rams are back in it. The Rams will get the ball back with 1:57 left. From the line, 21, that's Rubley across the middle to Jones. Again, he fights his way in the end zone. Now this would win it for them. They miss the extra point. They do all that to get back. It's now a 13-all tie. On the ensuing kickoff, Vernon Turner takes it in, and he keeps going and going, returning it 45 yards down to the Rams' 45-yard line. And that would set up, we don't show many field goals, but game winners we show. Jason Hansen from 18 yards out, and the Lions come from behind, or rather, they had the lead, held off the Rams by a final of 16-13. The Lions' first win over Chuck Knox. That concludes the Rams, the Bills, and the Seahawks. 16-13 is the final, Boom. Sorry about that, Boom. Swat.
They gave it their best shot. T.J. Rubley Tuesday almost did it on Sunday. Phoenix at San Francisco. Niners 3-3 need a win. Last week, Jerry Rice, Ricky Waters complaining they didn't get the ball. I don't know. What would you do? Look at the agility. Makes the pass. Jerry Rice reaches down and gets it. Makes one move, and he's in business, a gain of 20. Sets up a score by Logan, 7-0 Niners. Young goes up top. 27 yards to Rice out of bounds at the 3. After penalty against San Francisco, Young, well, hey, Jerry wants the ball. Get him the ball! 8 yards, 14-0. Time running out in the first half. Berline trying to get the Cards in it, but Eric Davis didn't do it as a Dodger, does it as a 49er, makes the pick, Tom.
Yeah, Berline rolls here, and Anthony Edwards just falls down, allowing Eric Davis to separate and get the pick.
Fourth quarter, the score is still 14-0 San Francisco. Young, out of the pocket. Does he run? No! He floats one to Jerry Rice. Touchdown. 21-0 49ers. And then Young to Taylor. GT to Jerry Rice. It's 41 yards. And then, who else wants the ball? Ricky, you take it. Ricky running Waters. Runs right up the middle of the touchdown. And the Niners lead at 28-0. They go on to beat the Cardinals, who scored 2 late touchdowns. 28-14. Jerry Rice on the day. 9 catches, 155 yards, and has the 2 touchdowns. He's now 4th on the all-time touchdown list, 6th on the all-time reception list, 6th on the all-time receiving yardage list, passing Lenny Moore, Charlie Taylor, Stanley Morgan, respectively. Pretty good company, and he's only just begun. What a game we have. We saved the best for the end. The Browns and the Steelers. From the dog pound, fired up into town, the Steelers. The Browns have beaten them 10 of the last 11 trips there. Second quarter, Vinny Testaverde to Michael Jackson, Dyson, Tyson, Spicen, Ryson. He's gone. It's 63 yards, whatever name you call him. It's a touchdown, 7-0 Cleveland. Second quarter, the punt. Mark Royals does the punting. No, but Eric Metcalf is the royalty. Watch him bomb, weave, juke, fake, smoke. Get the block. Oh, what a great block. And then explode. And he could go all the way. 90 yards, 14-0 Cleveland. They're happy.
And Chris, you used the right word when you talk about exploding, because right here at the end of this run, or toward the end of this run, it looks like people had the angle on him. And look at the burst that he has right there to go by for the touchdown.
It's exciting. The first touchdown allowed by the Steelers on a punt return since 1984. Remember that. Neil O'Donnell, though, throwing better mechanically, the coaches say, has some zip on the ball, and, of course, there's a big target in tight end Eric Green. The pass to Green gets behind the defender, and you talk about rumblin', bumblin', dumblin', black as a big fella run. 55 yards before he's finally powered down, and that sets up Barry Bananas Foster. Touchdown. The Steelers pulled it within 14-7. Bill Cowher saying, let's show some power. Steelers have now grabbed the 17-14 lead in the third. Vinny Testaverde trying to bring the Browns now back. Throws deep. To Michael Jackson, Tyson, slicing 44 yards. Then Eric Metcalf, the handoff. It's 25 yards before Woodson knocks him out, Tommy, and then play action.
That set up the great play action. You see the influence of Steve DeBerg on Vinny Testaverde as he hits Ron Wolfley right there for the touchdown.
21-17, the Natalie Clyde, Bill Belichick Browns ahead. But 2 field goals by Anderson. Gary Anderson make it 23-21 Pittsburgh. Eric Metcalf, 2:25 to go in the ball game, takes the punt. And look what happens. Cuts down the near sideline, puts on the burst. He makes a move. He strips one man. He gets by another man. He sticks by another. Oh, no! Another one! Eric Metcalf, do it again. 75 yards. Unbelievable! But the Steelers don't take no for an answer. O'Donnell trying to rally him. Near midfield. The pass to Dwight the Family Stone. But Stevan Moore is everyday people. Strips it. Mike Caldwell on it. What a game. And the Browns continue their domination over Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Cleveland winning 28-23, and they are now in first place, all by themselves, in the AFC Central Division. 5-2 for the Browns, 4-3 for the Steelers, snapping their 4-game winning streak. For the game of the day, no, I'm only kidding. New England is at Seattle for the second time this year. Bledsoe sidelines. Scott, won't you let me take you on a Sea Fuels? Another start? Horrible. Picked off by Patrick Hunter. And look at Patrick scampered down to the 23. Second, Sea Fuels. Play action. Fires deep. Robert Blackman, the safety. Beautiful play, pick number 2.